Hello and welcome to this episode of the Let's Talk About It All podcast. I'm your host, Carlos Taveras. In this episode, I want to take a few minutes and talk about what happened to me right after the Brooklyn Half Marathon a couple of weeks ago. Stay tuned. Welcome back. If you're watching on YouTube, you saw a video of me dancing and jumping around and whatever right after the half marathon, just to show that, I was fine, everything was okay. And then all of a sudden, things changed. Before we go into the details, let me give you a little background for context. So I've been running all kinds of races since 2014, and I mean like Spartan races, ultras, Ultra Beast, which is a Spartan race that in a particular venue goes twice around the course and adds up to about 30 miles, 60 obstacles. Some venues are very, very challenging, like Killington, Vermont. Altogether, I've done 42 marathons or more, and goes to show you that nothing is given. So every now and then, there's going to be that one little race that's going to kick your butt. All right, so nutrition and hydration leading to the race. I've been eating normal. Not my best, not my optimal, but I've been eating normal, so there wasn't any deficiency there. Hydration, being honest with myself, hydration has been lacking, or had been lacking up until that point where this thing happened with the race. But I thought I was okay. I thought I was drinking enough water. But I guess it wasn't enough. On race day, I drank a lot of water. I made sure that I drank a lot of water. I had a bottle with me at all times. I kept refilling it and I kept drinking from it. I kept drinking from the stations as well. I took a couple of gels. I took like 3 gels also during the race. So again, throughout the whole race, I was feeling well. I was, running just fine. I did run, walk. At the end of the race, I felt great. As you saw in the video, I was even dancing at the end of the thing. We had a beer at the finish and started raining. Well, the whole day was raining, but it started raining again while we were at the after party thing in the stadium. And we decided, you know what, let's just go home. We jumped on the train to head back to our car. And, the train was a little cold. We sat down. Suddenly, I felt this urge to just put my head back and take a quick nap on the train. As I'm putting my head back, my vision just narrowed and went completely black. Next thing you know, I wake up and I'm laying down on the seats, basically on top of Teddy, who was next to me. A lady that was really next to me just kind of got up. I guess when I leaned on her, she got up. But anyway, I wake up with, Teddy, Elsie, Denise, his wife, Dione, and Smin all looking at me. And I see, their eyes opened up like it's like, yo, what? And as I wake up, I'm telling them like, oh, what happened? I'm fine. I'm okay. What's going on? They're telling me what just happened, and they're giving me water, Gatorade, and as I'm telling them that I'm fine, what they tell me is that I went out again. And this time I even started shaking. Um, so when I came back, again, they're all in my face trying to wake me, get me to react, get me to wake up. And that's when they told me that I went out again. And this time I started shaking. And this is when I had to tell myself something is off. So I have to um, not be hard headed and let my friends take care of me in that situation because obviously I'm not well. We decided to get off the train because it's easier to get an ambulance to come and check me out. So we get off the train. As I'm getting off the train, I'm feeling a little woozy, a little weak. So they give me off the train. Um, I at that moment I felt it. I needed to use the bathroom so bad. Luckily, there was a bodega that let me in and let me use the bathroom. Right after that, I'm feeling a little better, but not 100%. The EMS guys get there and they start checking me. Then the ambulance got there. Um, so they put me in the ambulance, gave me an IV, ran some stuff in there. Blood levels were fine. We get to the hospital and they start doing blood work. They gave me another IV. Some of the numbers in the blood work came back elevated. In particular, there's one number that suggests that my body was breaking down muscle tissue. Uh, but I never got to the point that I was being like brown or anything like that. So it wasn't full blown rhabdo, but it was like maybe the first steps. Um, the problem with that is that process releases a toxin or some chemical in your body that stresses out your kidneys and your heart. So they gave me the IV. A lot of the numbers got better, but that one number actually jumped from 20 to like 35, which is a substantial jump, almost doubled. So at this point, the doctor uh, recommended that I be admitted and I spend the night so they can keep track of this number and keep giving me more hydration and run some tests the following day on my heart to make sure everything is okay. One of the reasons for that was because a lot of runners and weightlifters and athletes in general, they usually don't find out that they have a heart condition until some sort of episode like this happened. So we wanted to make sure that this wasn't the case. Um, so at this point, everybody goes home. I stay at the hospital. My wife comes over later in the night and stays the night. The next day, Sunday morning, 7 o'clock. Now they wake me up. They do some tests, and that number that jumped went back down to 19. However, they still wanted to run the test on the heart just to make sure that there wasn't an issue there underlying the whole situation. So that took a long time. It took like 5 hours for them to finally schedule the test and do it. And only because I kind of got a little upset and made a little bit of noise and they moved and got the test done. Um, uh, by that point, I was ready to go. I told the nurse, just give me the paperwork. I'm leaving. I'll get the test done on my own. I'll go to my primary physician, get the prescription, and go do the test. Anyway, they got it done. Then it took like another 2 hours for them to finally read out the results and all of that. The point is, they gave me the results and everything was fine. The cardiologist said that I could run home if I wanted to. So at that point, we got dismissed and we left. We went home. Um, all of that. See, now I have to be honest with myself and I have to take ownership of the situation. And basically, this is my fault. Um, I've been around fitness for the longest time 20, 25 years. I know the importance of hydration. And for me to fall back like that to the point that I passed out on the train twice because of hydration, there's no excuse. So, first of all, I'd like to apologize to my friends and family for the big scare. I know that wasn't easy to see a friend go down like that and not know exactly what's going on. So my fault. Sorry. Um, Lessons learned from that is number one, stop being lazy. Get up and move. Do the training that you need to do, so your body can take the abuse that we put our bodies through, especially when we do a large or a long race like a marathon or ultra. Um, Not training is not only lazy, it's careless. So, if you're doing this type of stuff, put in the work. Put in the work. Um, I don't know. Maybe because I was doing some, or because I have done so many challenging races, maybe subconsciously I felt like a little invincible. Maybe it's stupid to say, I know, but that's the only thing I could think of. That maybe I felt like I was this big guy. Things like that would never happen with me, but it does. As a friend of mine says, you're always gonna get the bill for what you do. So if you don't train, you're gonna get hit for that. Um, More lessons learned. Shortcuts will make you pay. So if you don't train, if you don't hydrate, if you don't eat right, soon enough your body's gonna make you pay. Another lesson learned: choose the people around you wisely, because you don't know when those guys are gonna be the guys that are gonna save your life. Um, uh, as scary as that was, I was very calm and thankful that my friends were around to handle the situation properly. Uh, Appreciate the people around you, because again, look at what happened to me that day, which I don't consider it to be major compared to stuff that has happened to other people. But had I been alone, God knows what would have happened. And that would have been it. You don't get to see the people around you again, or they don't get to see you again. Um, Learn from mistakes. This was definitely a huge mistake for me. Um, Learn from those mistakes. Learn from your mistakes. Learn from others' mistakes. Don't let that happen to you. So learn from it. Um, that is it for this episode of the Let's Talk About It All podcast. I hope you found it interesting. If you did, please share this episode with your friends so they learned about this. You can follow us on Instagram at Let's Talk About It.all. Make sure to follow, to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when we release new videos. Also, for everything related to the podcast, you can visit letstalkaboutitall.com, and there you will find links to all the podcast platforms where we have our show. links to the YouTube channel. You can leave us a note there. You can leave us a voicemail. You can watch on the site. You can watch all the episodes through our YouTube channel, or listen to all the episodes through the platforms. Remember that destiny waits for no one. You have to go out there and make it happen. Thank you for watching and listening. See you in the next episode.